You know, for literally thousands of years, one question has been bouncing around cultures, religions, and probably even our own late-night talks. Does the devil actually exist? And look, this isn't just about some guy with horns and a pitchfork. This is a question about the very nature of evil itself.
And right there, that's the heart of it. That's the conflict we're going to dig into. Is evil some external force, a malevolent being out there hunting for us? Or is it something that comes from inside us, a shadow that every single one of us has to deal with?
So, here's our game plan to get to the bottom of this. We're going to start with the ancient origins, then we'll walk through the tricky world of philosophy, take a hard look in the mirror with psychology, and finally, land on what this whole idea means for us today.
Okay, so right off the bat, I want to be clear. The goal here isn't to give you a simple yes or no. It's not really possible. Instead, think of this as a tour of all the incredible and sometimes totally contradictory ways humanity has tried to answer this eternal question.
So, where did this idea even come from in the first place? I mean, belief in nasty spirits is pretty much as old as people are, but the concept of one single capital D devil, well, that didn't just pop up overnight. It was an evolution, as we're about to see.
What's so fascinating here is how the idea gets more and more focused over time, right? It starts really broad. You've got demons, chaotic spirits causing trouble. But then you get to Zoroastrianism, and suddenly evil has a name and an equal rival to good. In early Judaism, Satan isn't this cosmic bad guy yet. He's more like a prosecuting attorney, an adversary, working for the other side. It's really with Christianity that the figure we all recognize today gets locked in. It's almost like you can see humanity's growing need to give evil a face, a single source we can point to blame or to fight against.
And if you look closely at this table, you'll see these small but really crucial differences in the Abrahamic faiths. In Judaism, Satan can actually be an agent of God, there to test people. In Christianity, he's a straight-up cosmic opponent, the enemy. And in Islam, Iblis is this fallen being whose entire job is to test our free will by tempting us. So you see, even when the names sound similar, the job descriptions are kind of different.
All right, let's step away from scripture for a minute and turn to philosophy. Because as soon as you start trying to think about evil logically, man, you hit a massive puzzle.
And this is it, the big one, the classic problem of evil. It's the question that has kept philosophers tossing and turning for centuries. If God is supposed to be all good and all-powerful, then where does a being like the devil, or even just evil itself, fit into that picture? It doesn't seem to add up.
So philosophers came up with a few ways to tackle this. On the left, you've got dualism. It's pretty straightforward. It's a cosmic war. Good versus evil, two competing forces, and the devil is the captain of Team Evil. Simple enough. But the privation theory on the right, well, that's a bit more of a mind bender. It argues that evil isn't really a thing, it's the absence of a thing. Kind of like how darkness isn't real, it's just the absence of light. In that view, the devil isn't some creator of evil, he's just a symbol for choosing to turn away from goodness.
And this brings us to a huge shift in how we think about all this. We're about to make a big pivot. From looking for the devil out there, somewhere in the world, to searching for him in here. For centuries, this was the dominant image, right? The devil as a literal predator, a roaring lion you had to be on guard against. But then the modern world started asking, what if the real danger isn't outside the door at all?
And then, bam, modern psychology comes along and completely flips the script. Carl Jung gives us this idea of the shadow self. Basically, it's all the stuff we don't like about ourselves, our anger, our fears, our darker impulses that we try to shove down and hide in our unconscious. For Jung, the devil isn't a lion hiding in the bushes. He's the name we give to our own darkness that we refuse to look at. And that changes everything, because suddenly the goal isn't to fight some external monster, but to actually turn around and face yourself.
So, if psychology reframes the devil as something inside of us, a symbol, where does that leave us? What do other sciences have to say? And maybe the biggest question of all, if he's not real, why are we still so obsessed with him? Well, modern science offers a whole toolkit of explanations that don't need anything supernatural. For instance, anthropologists suggest that giving a random threat, like a disease or a predator, a face and calling it a devil was actually a good survival strategy for our ancestors. It helped them organize. Sociologists see the devil as a great tool for social control. He's the ultimate boogeyman to keep everyone in line. And of course, neuroscience and psychology point inward, showing us that cruelty can literally come from our brain chemistry, or that we just find it easier to blame some external devil than to take responsibility for our own bad behavior.
And yet, here's the paradox, right? Whether we believe in him literally or not, the devil is everywhere. He's the ultimate bad guy in our movies, the symbol of cool rebellion in our music, that charming tempter in our favorite books. He's become this powerful cultural icon for our endless and, let's be honest, kind of unsettling fascination with the dark side.
So when you boil it all down, we're back to the core debate. On one side, you've got thousands of years of religious texts and countless personal stories from people who swear the devil is real. It offers a clear reason for why terrible things happen. And on the other side, you've got a total lack of hard scientific proof, plus a bunch of really compelling explanations from psychology that say he's a powerful metaphor for something inside us.
So in the end, no, this explainer can't tell you if the devil exists. But the fact that the idea has stuck around for so long, that forces a much more important question on all of us. The real question isn't just, does the devil exist? It's where does evil truly come from, and what is our role in its presence in the world?